This goober usually tells me all about it until I feed him. Yeah? Yeah? Are you hungry? Can you sit? Can you sit? Can you sit? Okay. Just gotta put this right there. Usually right about this time, these two plus the other two are going crazy. I was on a different work schedule for the last 2 weeks, so they're not expecting to get their dinner right now. But if I ask them, who's hungry? They know what's up. And soon the other ones will come running. Who's hungry? Are we hungry? Yeah. We're hungry? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next, it's feeding time. So I typically come in here. They're all waiting for me. Gotta come in here and get past them to get to the food. Who's hungry? Who wants food? Food? Food, food. Okay, let's get that food. Are you hungry? Okay. And of course they're all circling me. Isn't that right? Let's get in here and see if we can get the food. There it is. Oh, food. So heavy. This goober usually tells me all about it until I feed him. Yeah? Yeah? Are you hungry? Can you sit? Can you sit? Can you sit? Okay. Gotta get these dog bowls. Yeet. And now we're ready to feed the horde. So this is just an example of what we feed our dogs. It's human grade dog food because my wife works at a bougie dog food kitchen and spa. So there's potatoes and green beans and some kind of meat product, and I think those are carrots or maybe sweet potatoes. I don't know. It changes from week to week what we get, but it's pretty much the best stuff ever, and they freaking love it. Right, Bodie? You hungry? All right. So each dog bowl is going to get maybe a scoop and a half of some food. Now we got all of the food into the food bowls. Time to feed the horde. So first we feed the oldest, Alice. And then we go to Bodie. Bella. And then Taco. And all the doggies are happy. But wait, there's more. There's more. Oh, time to get all the bowls up off the ground and into the sink to clean. For tomorrow morning. And then it's time for outside land. All right. So now we have to let all these little munchkins out to go potty. So they just had dinner. And they go romp around in the backyard for a little while. Bye, Bella. Bye. I gotta go do other things. Go potty. All right. So I give the dogs a few minutes outside and wash the dog bowls up. Prepare for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to take care of the other horde. Tank, 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 tank. Let's get these taken care of. First thing is, we're out of water. Let's fill it up. Perfect. Okay, this is Sheila's tank. So Sheila is either a crested, or not a crested, but a fat-tailed gecko or leopard gecko, and she needs water. So I need to spray down her tank. Give her a nice good spray. She gets fed later. She's a night hunter. And she still has some dubia roaches in there, so we'll leave her alone. On to the next one. Whoop. All right, so this tank, pretty dirty. Gonna need to get it clean, but we have peacock geckos in here, and they're probably in the back somewhere, but they also need to be sprayed down. Need lots of humidity. So, boom, 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 boom. We'll give this tank a nice good spraying. Usually around this time, the dogs are barking to come back in. Let's go let them in. Would you like to come inside? Let's come inside. Boop, 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 boop. What's behind door number 3? Well, I'll show you. Say hello to Mr. Duke. Duke is our veiled chameleon. And he's a grumpy guy sometimes. But he's already been fed. He feeds fed once a day. That's all you'll get. But he does need humidity. As you can see in the bottom of his tank, there's plenty of water from the drip that we had set up. So he just needs a quick misting, because his day is almost done. Humidity. I don't know if you can see him over here, but he's already in the place that he's going to be for the night. So he's going to chill there until he's ready to go to sleep. And then he's going to fall asleep. We'll turn off the light a little closer to 6. That's when he wakes up. Now for the fish tank. As you can see, it's pretty basic fish tank. We got some scrimps back there. We got a little fishy up there. We got a little snail down there. This tank is a-okay. It doesn't require a whole lot that needs to be done. It needs to get fed. We have feed. Just a tiny little bit into the top. They're good for a few days. Well, again, 1 fish, a few shrimpies, 1 snail. That should be enough food to keep them good for a few days. Now, Frankie is out of worms. So we gotta go get some. That's what we're gonna get at the store tonight. So we can feed this little axolotl face. Look at that. Look at a little fat face. And Bodie loves him. Bodie, where's the fish? Good boy. That's the fish? Bodie, where's the fish? Where's the fish? That's a good boy. Get down. Thank you. We love Frankie. Don't we, buddy? We love Frankie. Yeah, that's right. We love Frankie. Even though we don't need to feed Frankie right now, because we don't have any worms, we ran out yesterday. And the ones that were left over were, I can get some fresh ones. He does need a daily water change. Yes, daily. I don't know if you can see the fan, but keep this room with the fan on most of the time. And he's got a fan set up on his tank. As it gets hot in here, his water needs to be cold. So every day, I have to take water out and then put water back in that's colder so that he can be a happy little fat axolotl. And that's what we're gonna do now. So we need to get a bucket. Bucket. Siphon. Gonna need a siphon. And a siphon goes boop. Keep that upright most of the time so that I can siphon water into the bucket. And it goes like this. Siphon the water all the way out into the bucket. That holds it in place while we take out, I'd say maybe 20% of this water. We'll check back in a moment. Empty the water from the axolotl tank. There we go. Now, let's fill it back up. Nice. Baby. Water. Now we have ice cold water. It needs to be this cold because Frankie's tank is big, and this small amount of water in that tank is going to bring it down just a few degrees. Not a lot, but just enough. Not a lot, but just enough. Were you checking Frankie out? Where's Frankie? Yeah. Can you move? Can I come over there? Excuse me. Thank you. This go in here. Just a little. Siphon. Again. Siphon in here. Thread it through behind. And now we have a slow moving water acclimation so we don't make Frankie freak out, and so that the water temperature doesn't cause the glass to break. Isn't that right, Frankles? That's right. Well, we got water dripping for Frankie's tank. It's gonna be time to put the little curtains back behind the window here. All the creatures in here, except for the fish tank, all of these creatures are typically night animals. So we got the fat-tailed gecko, peacock geckos, and then Frankie. All these animals like to have it dark in here, so I'm done for the day in here. So we're gonna let them have a nice, low light end of their day. So there we go, we got the window closed. We got Sheila, who's gonna probably stay in her tank until, or hide until later tonight. We got the fish tank, which I usually don't turn the light on, but for you guys, I turned it on so you can see how pristinely clean it was. That tank with the geckos in it for the peacock geckos, we keep the light on until it's nighttime so they can get heat, and we turn it off. But other than that light, and maybe the light over in my office, we turn all the other lights off so all the animals in here can have nice low light environment. Frankie doesn't like light at all. So you can see he doesn't have a light on his tank or setup anywhere. And very sensitive. He doesn't have eyelids to close his eyes. So he cannot close his eyes. When there's bright light, it hurts his eyes. So we just keep it nice and dark in here. I usually keep the light off overhead pretty much all day. And keep the fan on all day. You can see we're just barely getting up over the top of that pump. So, one more bucket. That's why we put so much ice in there. All of that ice will melt with the next bucket go around. We'll just get one more bucket for Frankie's tank and cool him off for the night. As you can see, all the ice is gone, again with the siphon, so we're gonna get this water going. And then we go, another slow drip. Now, axolotls don't like moving water, but Frankie seems to be unharmed and unworried about this little trickle of water here. He typically knows that this is where he gets food, so he's looking for food up at the top. We gotta go get worms for you first, buddy. I promise it'll happen soon. Now I'm gonna turn off the lights in here. At least that light. But wait, there's more. Oh, this is a pretty light day right now because I don't have any feeder crickets. So usually the day geckos and the fat-tailed geckos would get feeding crickets. We gotta go get those. And worms for Frankie. So they usually get feed in the evenings. And they also need their crickets to be dusted with calcium. So once my wife gets home with the car, we'll have to take a small trip to go get the crickets and the worms and come back home and then do feeding. So we gotta get everything prepared when we get back with all those crickets. So they gotta go somewhere while we hold them for feeding throughout the week or the next 2 weeks or so. This does nicely, but you can tell is dirty. So we're gonna go wash it out in the kitchen sink. That way when we get home from the pet store, we can put our crickets straight in there with something to gut load them with. Woo! Looks pretty good to me. Carrots. Something to gut load crickets with. So, there we go. Once we get the crickets, they'll go in there, they'll eat the carrot, then their guts will be filled with good carrot stuff. And then when our geckos eat those crickets, they will also be eating the carrot that the crickets ate, and therefore more nutritious, healthy lifestyle. Woo! Sometimes I put blueberries. Sometimes I put sweet potato. Sometimes I put regular potato. Sometimes I put whatever they give me in the thing already. But the key is they need to be gut loaded. So this setup is good to go. Now I just gotta wait on my wife. Gotta wait for her. Yeah. Gotta wait.